Welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about the crashing that's been happening to a few platforms, the update that's very soon here, and the wipes happening for both my server and for main branch servers for, of course, you guessed it, Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between, and I'm Jade Monkey. Okay, so there's been a bit of crashing that's been going on with various platforms. It looks like it's Xbox. And it turns out it's linked to the Insider program. So if you'd like to play Rust again, because apparently it's affecting both PTB and main branch as well. So because of that, you have to uninstall the Insider program and then reinstall whatever the old dashboard was, or I should say the current dashboard. And then I believe reinstall the game, but I'd say try to launch the game one more time. If you're still crashing, then reinstall the game, because I'm sure all of that's going to be a headache. So hopefully that's a good solution out there. Let me know if that's working for everybody, and if it's not, let me know what's going down in the comments down below. It does help out both the community and myself, so really good to know. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the update here in a second, but let's also go through... Do I have hostile materials on me? I hear the helicopter. Oh, no. We're going to go through the wipes here real fast, and then we'll double back and talk about some of the update and a little peek into the future. You know what I mean? All right, first and foremost, weekly main branch, also known as normal Rust. November 21st, Thursday, 2024. It is a soft whip. And it is keep the blueprints and the map wipes. So you keep the knowledge, but you lose everything else. And hopefully if I have daylight savings time correct, it'll be 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. PST, 6 p.m. BST. DSP? So hopefully that's all correct, or it slid back or forth by an hour. Who really knows, right? I always get the time change completely wrong, so hopefully I've got it on the nose there. And hey, don't forget, if you're looking for a new server, if you're like, hey, I'm getting rolled by like a lot of Zergs, try the weeklies. Or if you've been on a weekly, now's the time to go stack up BPs before Thursday and then try out that new server. So, you know, there's a lot of options out there. A lot of options. We have monthly main branch Thursday, November 1st, 2024. There is a no wipe happening, but the next wipe is a soft wipe, and it appears to be November 28th, 2024, monthly main branch. I oftentimes like, there's a time and a place for monthlies and weeklies, but I know a lot of people like, hey, you know, I get bored or whatever. I was like, you're probably playing monthly, probably. So if you ever feel like that, you can always try the weeklies. They're always popping off, or you can always try one of my servers. We do have my server up and running. Actually, I think this is the anniversary, because it's been up for almost a year now. Or no, it has been a year. It has been a year. So my server ID is the best place to find it. The title's there, Jade Monkey 2X Solo Duo Trio. All BPs unlocked, recyclers, and anti-cheat. Server ID is the best way, so when you're on the name searching, you can hit over one, and it says server ID. Server ID being 49BD706. Full wipe for us is also same time, Thursday, the 21st of November, 2024, and it usually happens around noon to 1 p.m. If we have an update, we do have to wait for that to propagate, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, that can definitely be a thing. Also, we do have, if you like Q-Skip, which is what our VIP does, you can do that. All the information's here, but essentially what you do is you go over to my YouTube channel, become a member, and once you're a member, you should see under my community tab a members only post. You see it right there, it says members only. Once you're a member, it's different from a subscriber, a member, and then you just reply to this message here with your gamer tag or PSN ID. It's a really good way for us to keep the backup and also send you the notification when we add you to the database. Helps us track things. And you know, if we're up live streaming, it's always a good time to do it, because you can always be like, hey, you know, grab me, whatever. So it's instantaneous. So even if you're in the queue and then you become a channel member, when like you're in the database, it'll push you forward to the front slot. So good to know. And by the way, if we're streaming or whatever, if you see the profile picture and it says live, stop by and say what's up. We'll be doing some server events. I believe I have a server. I forgot the R. It's server ID. We'll be doing some events over on the server as well. Checking out some of the new stuff that has come in. Knock on wood, everything seems to be stable. So, you know, stop by and say what's up. We've also been cooking up some crazy stuff. Well, here on PC, but I mean, it's eventually going to come over to the console side. But different ways to anti-raid your base while you're not online to make it very, very hard to raid, especially for those Zergs. So more on that in the future, but this is some of the mad science that's been cooked. Well, cooking over time, but one of the more recent cooks right here is definitely this. Science. I love it. Okay, onwards. So let's talk about this for a second. So we do have the update. Oop, can I scooch through here? We do have the update happening on the 28th of November, which is the real quality of life update. It does include new armored doors. Let's see if we can bring this up for a second. Can we see that? Yes. So we now have 1,000 HP for our armored doors. Thank goodness. So it's going to, think about it, it's going to change the rates. Oftentimes you'll get the armored doors during, you know, whether it's cargo ship or launch site, whatever. And you bring them back and they're good, but like they need to be 1,000. So it's really cool that we're finally up to speed now. Also, we do have remote C4. That's a thing. And need I remind you that we do have the Christmas stuff coming up. So we do have Christmas lights, not to be confused with the ones you can string along. These are like more straight Christmas lights, and I believe that comes through the event. It was tested over on PTB, by the way. So we do have these. We do have, I forget what this is called, but it's essentially a loot box every time you sign in or every day, which is pretty cool. And then in addition to the gingerbread mines, and I don't know if is Santa Claus even like flying around in the sky. He used to. I don't know if he does anymore. But when he does, he drops down the gifts. But it's essentially like the Halloween event, and we should be able to activate it over on our side once it is fully live. I believe that's how they're doing it. And then after that, on our custom servers, we can just kind of add it whenever we'd like to, which is kind of nice. Yeah, so we have that going on. I'm trying to think of some other stuff that's happening there. A lot of other bugs and fixes along the way. Hopefully, whatever that crashing is that's happening with the Insider program is also addressed, both with Insider and potentially with, you know, Rust Console Edition. Yeah, so that's the major stuff that we have coming through. But let's not forget, I mean, this is the elephant in the room. Let's be real, right? It's going to be this or cars. That's got to be a major update. Now, the question is, are we going to see it in testing branch in December, January, or February? Testing branch. Remember, it's in testing branch, and then it sits there for a month, and then it goes out to the main branch. So remember, testing branch gets it first. And there's a ton of evidence to show that all of this is happening. Essentially, we have the things on the list, if that is to be believed, and they are going aggressively with the list, and everything on the list so far this year has happened. We have 3 things left over: missile silo, vehicles like helicopter, and the modular vehicle. So, yeah, those of you that are like, the helicopter's not going to happen, trust me, it's happening. So I'm very excited to kind of see what's creeping in there for that last devlog of the year, and then to see how they're going to usher in the year. They're going to go super aggressive, which would be awesome because we are on that monthly schedule, which is also very exciting. I love to see this because that's the kind of development cycle we have on the PC side. So it keeps things nice and refreshing, keeps you coming back, it keeps you buying skins. It's always a good thing. So very excited for these changes coming through. Very excited for some of the stuff we're cooking over in the laboratory over here. So be sure to tune in. And if you're looking for a good server, my custom server is the way to go. Remember, if you find any cheating, hacking, whatever, be sure to use the in-game report system on my server, as it goes directly to us and be specific about the person's name and gamer tag, and it will help us get to them much, much quicker. And also, if you're looking, if you're not using the industrial stuff, what are you doing? And you may be like, hey, I need a ton of stuff. No, you don't. You can do early auto smelt right away. Tier 1, it should already be up on the end screen now. It is extremely useful, extremely cheap. Once you do it, you can't really live without it. All right, we'll see you guys in the next video / live stream. Love you. Bye. Oof, 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 oof. Bass, bass, bass.